I've researched all the Shopify apps used by some of the biggest brands in the world, like Gymshark, The Oodie, G Fuel, MrBeast, and many others. And these are brands that altogether are worth billions of dollars. And I'm gonna give you 5 of the most used Shopify apps across all of these brands. And I will also give you 3 of the best Shopify apps that not many people know about, but some of these brands are using in 2024. And at the end, I will show you how you can find all of the apps that your competitors or favorite brands are using. So, starting with the 5 most used apps by these big brands, from most used to least used. The first one is Klaviyo. This one doesn't need much explanation. It's one of the leading software for emails and SMS marketing with loads of integrations, customer segmentations, so that you can send specific emails to different groups of customers that you have based on, whatever customer segment you might have or want. And they have great templates, coupons, and more importantly, great analytics. A real big brand cannot function without analytics. What is not tracked is not measured. And that is why a lot of these big brands use Klaviyo. And in terms of pricing, you can use Klaviyo for free for your first 250 email contacts and 150 SMS contacts. And then you start paying from there. But if you have 250 emails, you're most definitely gonna make at least one sale, so the app pays for itself. The second most used app is Klarna. And it makes sense why some of these big brands are using this. Over 150 million people use Klarna to shop online nowadays. And if you're not familiar with Klarna, this is a financing service where customers can pay for your product in installments and make it easier for them to justify sort of buying whatever you're selling, as it doesn't feel like they are spending as much money. But this app does charge you based on a fee per purchase and a percentage of the sale as well. This depends where you live, but I think the flat fee is around 30 cents and the percentage fee is around 3 to 5%. So it's not very cheap, but it should increase the number of sales you get, making it worth using. But if you have a business that sells products over $1,000, don't use it because Klarna usually doesn't accept financing for high ticket products. And also if you have a low margin business or very cheap products, I wouldn't recommend using it because it's not worth it at that point. The third most used app is Awin. This one is interesting, it's not very known. It's an app for affiliate marketing and a lot of these big brands are using this. We've personally never used this, and just looking at the price, this is definitely not for small or medium businesses. They have a $550 joining fee plus a $50 a month subscription and a 2.5% tracking fee for at least the first 3 months. So yeah, I don't think this is a good idea for most people. However, if you are a big brand, you may want to explore this as all the big dogs are using it. The fourth best Shopify app that those big brands are using is called Back in Stock Restock Alerts. This one is another one of those apps for the big players, I would say, but it might be really useful for new brands as well. This app is very simple and powerful. Whenever you have a product out of stock, the customer can choose the specific type of product, the color, or whatever option you have for your product. And then they can add the email, and Restock Alerts will send them automatically an email or an SMS when that specific product is available again in stock. So yeah, if you are just starting out and you hold inventory yourself, or maybe you have limited edition products, I would definitely recommend trying this out, because in that case, you might end up leaving a lot of money on the table by not using this. But if you never go out of stock, this one is not for you. This app is free for the first 10 SMS and then you start paying. But again, if someone is so interested in an out of stock product, you would definitely convert at least 1 in 10 and justify the price for it. And the fifth most used app for these big brands is Zendesk. And I'll keep this short because again, it's not really beginner friendly, but stay with me. I will give you 3 of the best apps for any business in a second. But very quickly, Zendesk is simply a support app where customers can ask questions and find specific answers easily. It can process refunds and cancellations automatically, and it also gives you a live chat option. For brands that are growing, this is definitely worth it, starting at $55 a month, but for everybody else, this is not essential. And I've decided to give you a bonus one because I think this app is worth a mention. So we found that the number 6 most used app by the biggest brands is Push Owl. This one I think can benefit any store. So what it does, it can track people in your store anonymously. So if they look at your product and leave, or they maybe add your product to cart and then they leave, they will get a personalized notification with a product that they were interested in, even if they don't add their email. And you can build these automations based on your preferences. You might want to give them a free shipping or a discount, or just a reminder for those people that are interested in your product but left your website. And this app starts for free for 500 impressions, and then you start to pay from $19 a month. And again, all these apps are very clever. They give you enough free credits to be able to get a few customers and then justify paying for this app every month. And it's a win-win, so check this one out. And now I want to give you the 3 best apps for any store, and some of these big brands are using them as well. And I guarantee you're going to find at least one of them to be super valuable for your business. The first one is called Gem Pages, and this is a page builder. Shopify gives you great themes and templates, but there have been thousands of dropshippers using them. So nowadays, when you see a default theme on Shopify, you just think it's dropshipping, and it just completely devalues your brand. And arguably, all commoditized businesses like clothing, food, furniture, makeup are all based around branding. And in 2024, if you have a clothing brand, for example, you better have an outstanding branding, because otherwise no one is going to care or buy. So if you want to be different and create a brand feel to your store, use a page builder where you can pretty much customize anything the way you want it. There are many page builder apps for Shopify, but we use them like Gem Pages. And there are also huge brands like Icon Amsterdam using it, and they're making over 2.5 million a month. And also I've put all these apps in the description if you want to check them out. We're not sponsored by any of them, but some of these might be an affiliate link. However, all the apps mentioned in here are either, as I said, used by some of the biggest brands on Shopify, or it's an honest recommendation based on our own experience. So just to end it with Gem Pages, this app starts at $29 a month, or you can pay yearly to save some money. It does say free to install, but the free version won't let you use product pages. The second best app is Slide Cart Upsell by AMP. So this is just a slide cart whenever someone clicks on the button or adds a product. But on that cart, you can add upsells, cross-sells, a reward progress bar, free gifts, or a discount bar. And adding all this stuff is one of the easiest way to turn an unprofitable store into a profitable one. And it would also make it much easier to scale. Because if you're running ads for your store, you may know that the more you spend, the more expensive it becomes as the conversion rate decreases. So the only real way to scale is to look at your business economics. You just need to be doing things that you're in control of. So for example, adding more products so that you can increase your average order value. And so you want to add strategic rewards, free shipping over a certain amount, discounts, and all that kind of stuff, to again increase average order value and also increase your conversion rate. And if you prefer, you can have all of those upsells and discounts at the checkout instead of having them on the cart. And the best app for this that we found is called Checkout Bear. We've seen that the Udi uses this app as well, so it's up to you really if you want to use it. But I would be careful having all of this stuff on both the cart and the checkout, as it might start to become spammy to the customer. Also, one last app I wanted to recommend when it comes to upsells and downsells is called Aftersell. And this one is a bit different. It will show the customer your upsell after the purchase is done, which can be more convenient because they've already paid. So if they decline the offer, you don't lose anything, and if they accept, you made more money. Okay, and before I show you how to find the apps that your competitors and your favorite brands are using, here's the third and last app, which is called Trafficly. I wanted to give you something a bit different and unique, but super valuable. I haven't actually seen many stores using this app, and to me, this is a gem. We've personally used this and we've definitely seen an increase in conversion rate. So very simply, this app will add an automatic counter on top of the add to cart or buy now button for each of the product pages that you have. And this counter shows how many people have seen your store, or how many people have seen that specific page. And you can choose the time frame. So if you don't have that many visitors yet, what you can do is choose visitors up to 30 days, meaning if in the last 30 days 40 people have seen a specific product, the live counter visitor of that product page will show 40 people. And I think this is very powerful because there is this concept of nothing attracts a crowd more than a crowd. So why not show to people the crowd that is interested in your product so that they can get interested as well? And funnily enough, this is the strategy that all airline or hotel companies use to add urgency and trust to their flights or rooms. So, you can apply the same strategy to your e-commerce store. And the craziest part is that Trafficly is completely free. So there is no one-time subscription or percentage fee. So definitely check this one out. And of course, there are many other essential apps like reviews to your store, but these are like the basics, and there are so many of them that it really depends on what you're looking for when choosing a review app. And now, as promised, here's how you can find all of the apps used by other Shopify stores. You will need to use this software called dropship.io. I've put the link in the description. Once you've signed up, go to Sales Tracker, My Tracking, and add the URL of the store that you want to check. For example, the Udi. And as you can see, this is also going to give you a rough forecast of how much they're making a month and what their best-selling products are. And to check which apps they're using, you click on View List, and here you can scroll through all of them. This is very valuable. And we've listed all the Shopify apps used by some of the biggest brands in the world in our free private platform. If you want to get access to it, just click the link in the description and you can sign up so you can have your personal login to the platform, and it's completely free. And once you're in, you're going to see this section called Best Shopify Apps. Click on View, and then you're going to see all the brands, and then you can expand each one of them and see all the Shopify apps that they use. You'll also have access to other strategies, tools and frameworks to help you build a 6, 7, 8 figure brand. We are constantly adding more stuff in here to give you as much value and information as possible. So if you want to join, click the first link in the description, and again, it's completely free. And one final note I wanted to say for this video is to be careful not to add too many apps to your store, especially as a beginner. If your business is not profitable, stacking apps on apps is often not the solution. Instead, you might want to revisit the basics like your product, your ads, your messaging, and your landing page. And speaking of landing pages, check out this video where I break down the perfect landing page layout and tactics to increase conversion rate to your store. I'll see you there.